Greetings, 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 sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Greetings. I guess we are 5x5. Everything seems to be coming alive. See, we need a few more to populate in here. See that there are 12 watching. It's interesting how that says it, that YouTube says there are 13 watching and we don't see them on the comments. If you don't mind being so kind, sweet, sweet dear one, just to say hello or an wawa and a kia ora will be great too. Hello, Deborah. Kia ora. Welcome, Andrea Bell. Mahakawatahi. Tawakahama. Wawa, Tanya, Diane. Hello there. Sending love as well. Back light of love light blankets. Thank you so much. Gary Tuttle. Kia ora, Gary. No mai, e kuhumai, everybody. E kuhumai, welcome. Come on in. Enter. E kuhumai. Come on in. Aloha to Leilani. What is NH? Is that New Hampshire, Leilani? New Hampshire? E kuhumai, come on in. E kuhumai simply means just you're welcome, come on in. E kuhumai. Thank you so much, Andrea. It's wonderful to be felt this way, and thank you for your kind words. Sasha, Wawa, so much love, Wawa Nui, Huna Tarohana, Wawa to you over there in the island of the Vancouver, island of Van. Of course, a favorite location of mine from the 80s and the 90s. Thank you, Kiriyama, Gary. Kiriyama is how we say Gary. Kiriyama. Thank you for your kind words, and we will continue to do, of course. Kiriyama, thank you for that. Yeah. Hi, Felicity. Wawa to you, Huna. Please, yes, Kawamanato. Yes, Huna Kawamanato. Felicity from the UK. Cornwall location. Huna Kawamanato. Yes, Tanya, such a shift, an amazing shift for sure. Deborah, Huna, he Matia. Deborah, he Matia. Thank you so much for reminding me of that. You know, there have been thousands and thousands sealed in over 25 years, and I do know that in some way I know in the feeling that I am not talking to somebody who has a Huna and that Huna has been copied or duplicated with another person. Somehow I know this, but it's just sometimes I can't remember all the Hunas exactly. So thank you for reminding me of that. But I think we're doing okay, are we not? We're doing okay. I hope you don't mind my shades, my sunnies, we call them. In New Zealand, we call them the sunnies. I'm going to hang out here with these for a little while, if you don't mind. I want to honor Palestine. I want to honor Palestine with a piña con agua mineral. So I've got a sparkling water with freshly squeezed pineapple juice with no pulp. There you go. That's to honor Palestine. I was there in Palestine some years back. And Bolivanaka, Miss Fiji, Bula Bolivanaka. And Bolivanaka to you in the Netherlands, the land of the Nethers, the land of the Nethers. A lot of changes happening across Europe. And thank you so much, Huna. He Matia. Thank you. Yeah, all is good. All is good for sure. Aloha. All is good for good. Cindy, welcome, Cindy. Hello to you. Wonderful codes of 42 and 4. Wonderful codes coming in. Beautiful. Welcome. Who else do we have here? Just to look down the line. Want to welcome Huna Tamaake, who is technical producer of the show, and then some of the work that she's been doing in the Lemurian astrology. We want to share a little bit of that with you as we go along through this through this afternoon. Yes, good stuff for sure. Okay, so the topic today, final completion. Well, hello, Melissa. Excuse me. Hello. Huna Haserema. Huna Haserema. Wow. Huna, thank you so much for sharing your Huna. And so much wawa to you there in Michigan. So much wawas to Michigan itself, and so much love and aloha to Michigan. Victoria, Rhode Island. Victoria, Bocash. Victoria, so much wawa and blessings. So much aloha to you and your family and the people of the island of Rhodes. The islands of Rhode Island, yes. Yeah, thank you both for being here. Diane Dagenet, I believe. Yay, yes, yay is absolutely. We are coming upon the final completion. That's the theme of today, this interactive and this live. If you don't mind, if you want an answer to your question, please come and reveal yourself today. Today is solo day. I'm doing solo here in the driver's seat. Sometimes I have to do that, right? And sometimes I just need to sit and listen to you. Sometimes we just talk one-on-one together here. All right, so I'm happy to do that today. Yes, of course, we channel our inner gangster, our Pirates of the Caribbean, the Pirates of Light. Jacqueline Jackson, welcome to you from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Fort Wayne, Indiana. I remember Fort Wayne, Indiana, driving around through there or around there a few times back in the 90s, and enjoyed heading over towards Detroit and Michigan and all of that. Wawa to you, Huna Watu. Welcome. Good to have everybody here. Oh, here we go. Donna Fraser, aloha to you in Calgary, Alberta, the land of Tsutana, and the people of the Tsutana there in Calgary. I believe down the south, Crowchild. What is it? Crowchild Trail, is it? I can't remember. I knew Gordon Crowchild, the chief, back in the 80s, late 80s. So welcome to you over there. Hello, Patrick. Good evening to you, and it's a good evening to you. Good afternoon for us. Welcome, Patrick. Good numbers coming in here. Nice, tight little family coming in here. Yes, the Crow Trail, is it, Donna? Yeah, I knew. I know the Crowchilds. Lee is the chief now of Tsutana. His ex-wife is my cousin, so all of his kids are half Maori and half Crow. So there you go, and Lemurians for sure. Yes, London, UK. You've had some emergency broadcasts, so let's talk a little bit about that in a second. Okay, if you have a question for me, I'd like you to come on and show yourself. If I have to show myself, you have to show yourself. Isn't that fair enough? Why not? I mean, why not? Aloha and wawa to you, Huna Mahana over there. You're over in Lake Atitlan. So you're not far away. Yes, Bazo, Huno, Marawawa, Bazo. To our brother there from the Anishinaabe, Yani, Chimigwich, Huna Marawawa. Oh, snap, it's fry bread time. Come on now, you're making me really want that fry bread. It's not really the weather for fry bread, but I know what you're gonna say. It's always fry bread time. I get it. It's just, dude, I've been eating so much lately, you guys. Oh my gosh, just munching and munching like day and night. Oh, what's going on? Well, aside from my obvious love for food, I've had to really put on some energy to contain some energy within the DNA lately. I felt it like it's been a bit of an up and down week for myself. But it's okay. I feel fine. Today was nice. I was out on Takipiki and I went to Playa 88 and got in the water there. It was so good. I tell you what, sweet, sweet dear ones. If any of you are in the Dragon Masters Intensive, you're gonna love it when you come here for that weekend. It's gonna be amazing. I really hope that some of you are on here are part of the Dragon Masters Intensive. Either way, sharing some sunshine with you anyway via these glasses. Know that it's bright and sunny because I'm wearing these. Okay. Isador, nice to meet you. Huna, Maripasa. Oh, okay. Oh, Tanya, we've got somebody here already. Okay, Tanya, gonna add you to the stream. Wow, let me take my glasses off for you. How you doing, Tanya?
One sec, I got echo going on here.
Just turn your YouTube volume and mute it on your YouTube volume.
Okay,
Just your YouTube volume.
better?
That's perfect. You're not echoing. Sounds
Okay,
good?
I just gotta get to the other screen here.
Yep.
Here we go.
There you go. That's how we roll. That's how we
Woo.
roll. Very good. Woo. Wonderful.
Wow, wow.
Thank you for that wow greeting. Nice.
Okay,
Oh, I saw some little head pop in there.
yeah, that was my granddaughter.
It's like a little dragon head just pops
Oh,
in
she is. She's a warrior.
the
She's a warrior, that one.
felt that one. Yes. Tanya, good.
So,
Where are you again, Tanya? Just sorry.
I'm in Calgary.
You're in the Tutana, yeah.
I am. Yeah. Okay, baby.
Oh, there's
Okay.
another dragon dog. There's
Yeah,
dragon,
we got a few big dogs going.
dragon
That's just the
puppy.
little one. Yeah, we have 4 altogether here. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So my volume's a little messed up. I do need a new laptop. But I did hear you mention something about Crow Child, and I remember you talking with Janine about it. So I was guided out there, and I spoke with the wise woman there. So we have a date coming up, not a signed date, but we're going to do a circle
Nice.
meet outside. Yeah. I think she was a little apprehensive.
Oh,
She's been as she put it. Well, I won't use the word. Taken by many scarlets, as one word she used. So I think she needed some time to process, and I mean, she knows what she knows now. So I'm really looking forward to that. And
that's out on the Riz.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I felt very very connected right away. Coming out, the drive out. And
Was that your first time there?
I've been on reserve out there, but not that specific. They have the museum out there, and that's where her offices and stuff. And then the outside circle is on those grounds.
My niece is chief of police there.
Okay. That's amazing.
That's
There's so much Native American and later land out here that I was really dumbed down to purposely, obviously, but there's a place we call Nose Hill here.
Oh, I know that. Somehow maybe I remember.
Yeah, there's many land masses out here that I'm I'm looking forward to putting foot on. Put it that way.
Nice.
Mhm.
Down the back of
Awesome.
the res.
Mhm.
Me and Lee, I used to go skiing with Lee. Lee Crowchild's the chief. I used to go
Okay.
skiing with him back
Oh
it was
wow.
88, 89. I've been to that reservation a few times over the years,
Yeah.
but not lately, not in a long time. But Lee and I occasionally will text or email.
Just it's really so much more smaller world than we think right now.
We
It
were
is.
dropping the codes. We were doing the speaking to the land, the water, and the sky. We were in ceremony
Yeah.
with everybody. They're all over Canada. So I was so honored, so pleased, and I thank you for reminding me, and sharing what you're going to be doing over these coming days.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's incredible. The shift, the downloads.
Yep.
It's all day, every day, nonstop.
Anything
Um,
in particular? Anything in particular?
right now, lots of communication with numbers, um,
Mm-hmm.
guidance, pure guidance. I
Yeah.
found I cannot really make it a definitive plan for the day.
Right.
The creator decides they'll lots through song and music, lots of messages and downloads that way. Um, the trees have shifted a lot. Seem to
Ah,
be. I had one moving in song with me
ooh.
yesterday. Um, yeah, the animals have really they've really shifted.
So the trees. Let's just tune
Yeah,
into that
sure.
because I'll tell you, when we were in Cornwall, uh, there was the one day that I um, administered 8 seals. There were 8 people getting sealed in one day. That's a lot of
Wow.
energy, a lot of light. But there was one gentleman. I just can't get his Huna right at the moment,
Right?
but he's an imp for the tree people.
Wow.
He is what they call an imp. Well, spoken of as an imp, but
Right?
whatever. He's of the Mahuta,
Oh my
Mahuta,
goodness. See?
Mahuta, Mahuta, which is referring to the giant trees. And he's a walking tree, and he was sharing um, a lot of information, a lot of connections through the forest and the trees, and how uh, that the trees were now, moving across the land.
Yep.
That he was
Incredible.
in meetings. He was in meetings with the trees,
Yeah.
physically going into the forest, having the meetings, and
Yeah.
he's an elder of the trees.
That's
His
incredible.
Huna is referring to the one who is the cane, like a walking cane, the talking stick of compassion. That's his
Okay.
Huna. He
Yeah.
carries that essence in him. So, and very interesting right now that you
The
speak about the trees.
the mirroring is it's
Hmm.
almost right on the same timeline, if you know what I mean. Almost happening, some instantly, some within seconds, minutes, and there are things that mirror like the next day. So that's how I feel inside that the timelines, the frequencies are really very very close right now.
Yes, the
Yeah.
okay, just for the trees, for instance, they are
Right.
calling, the trees are calling from another timeline. They're
Right.
calling from the future timelines. They're all speaking into now. And we are from the future. We are here
Yeah.
now speaking into, we, all of us have, well, I don't know about all, but I say many of us are now
Yeah. Yeah.
speaking from the
It's
future.
yeah. It's powerful. My community I'm in. Like I know who they are. They know who I am. So I know um, who I'm really communicating with. What energies. Energies are really going in and out right now, showing themselves.
Yeah.
Adam, like with the dogs, with loved ones around me, even. I can see when they're jumping in and out. 3D, 4D, 5, by
Very good.
the communication, by their actions. It's everything's showing itself right now.
Getting them out into the nature as well, huh?
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm right close to Banff and Jasper.
Oh, okay.
So it's
I
like
love
40.
that.
It's a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, it's quite a drive. Yeah.
And I've been being pulled. I'm just waiting for that day to go to the gondola. It's like a elevated sky train. You go along a cord.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So they have that. It's called the gondola.
They still have that. I remember that now.
Yeah. And it actually takes you to the top of one of the mountains named
Nakiska, no?
I think it might be, but in the 60s there was a lot of cover up, a lot of science experiments, a lot going on where the gondola actually stops and takes you. So there's something there. I'm just waiting for what what it is, when, what day, and there's a book. I think that's the book I shared with you the last time I was on. It was Jackie Daniels, and it was about a mountain talking to her.
Oh, yeah.
So that really pulls me. There's a connection there.
The giants.
Right.
The giants talking.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot there. So
the timing wise, okay, let me just wrap up a little bit with you. We have another question coming from this moment, but the timing, this final completion and this movement towards this final moment, I know there's a couple of dates where people are referring to along this chain. And when I talk about final completion, I'm talking about the turn of the year in June when the Lemurian New Year arrives.
Right.
For me, this is the final completion of this particular spiral. And I won't say loop, I won't say cycle, I will say spiral.
Yeah, I get you.
Rotation will be an incredible revealing through the astrologies coming out of the Draconian, moving over into the Lemurian. We want to talk about that as we're transiting. We've got some transits to share with you through Huna Tamake. It's been incredible on this. So we are transiting through from out of the Tuatara, the smiling birth sign, into to May, which is the Toroa, which is the an essence of the giant wings, the albatross, the wings that are going to carry us over this finish line. Partly. I mean, your wings. The Toroa's wings, our wings together. We're going to carry each other on these huge wings over this particular completion line, line of light. Let me say, and then the light will switch again this coming June, which is the Lemurian. I speak to that. I don't speak to the Draconian, and I speak about it. I'm not of the Draconian, so I may sound vague to you or to some if you haven't kind of watched enough lately, and I will continue to speak to the Lemurian systems rather than the Draconian, because we are further along than the Draconians want the rest of the planet to know. Of course, some of you know this, and you know this.
It's very clear.
So what is that completion? Geopolitics, on the geopolitical landscape, there are some completions that are happening for wonderful energies to be released from out of what was spoken of as the Middle East, but it's really still Persia. It is really still on the ancient ancient lands of Persia, Saudi Arabia, and Iraq.
I dreamt 2 nights ago of I want to say Egyptian, but I think it might have been a bit older. I'm seeing the T stones that kind of worked like tuning forks.
Okay. Yeah. The name escapes, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
The towers,
Yes.
tuning
Yeah.
towers. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was recently.
I think I was there 2 nights ago. I have.
Perhaps you're witnessing because Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Syria, they had been fighting each other for thousands of years. They are now unifying.
Right.
And this
Okay.
is not through the media on television because they're not going to tell you
Yeah.
that. This is through the true media, people
Yeah.
on the ground, people we have
Right.
been working with are saying, yes, Andre, Assyrian, okay, Damascus, they're all coming home together.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
really, really awesome to see. That's why I feel like the wings of the Torah, when I speak about this more to the giant wings are gathering everybody to come across, to get across this
Yep.
finish.
100%.
Let me I'll thank you for the tuning towers. Let's check in on that.
Yeah.
We should check in on that over these coming days.
Yeah.
Everybody check out the tuning towers, or even something that represents the towers,
Yeah.
or tuning
There's
fork.
a portal there, and I think I might have accessed that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. While I was sleeping in this, in this now. Another thing that really is calling me is Switzerland.
Okay, yeah. Well, Switzerland has been deciding whether they're going to be moving into the BRICS system, so unifying into the energies for the humanity, and it's starting to become not just neutral. They're going to get their hands dirty. They've been getting their hands dirty anyway.
They've managed to stay out of everything, right?
Well, they
the wars,
didn't.
Everything.
They want everybody to think that. Right?
Yes.
They want everyone to think that they weren't involved, but they've been involved in so much muck.
Oh, big time. Yeah, some of the worst of the worst.
Okay, sure. I need to switch over. Melissa's been waiting patiently. Thank you.
Yeah, for sure.
Tanya, everybody check in on those tuning towers, and we'll check out it again.
For sure. Much
Thank
love
you.
to everybody. Thank you.
Beautiful. Everybody's getting into that. Nice. Hi, Melissa.
Hello.
You visited before, have you not?
I have visited, but I haven't shown my face.
Yes, and I remember. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Hey, I've got. Hey, can you just hold 1 second? This is the Amazon guy, and I forgot. Hang on a second. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay. I have a package arriving. Sorry. Let me take it back real quick. If I can.
Yep. Can't miss that.
Oh boy, I've been there's so much deliveries going on. Ask him to come back at 5. That was 5. Okay, Melissa, go ahead. Sorry about that.
No problem. So maybe for a little context for the audience sake, when we had my seal with my maiden name being Wolf.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and that being a significant part of my Huna. My question to you is, I wonder if you could elaborate on the Wolf Star Nation as through the perspective of Lemuria. I'm very curious about deepening that a bit.
I wondered where I began in the story with you, but do you recall when the whale wants to enter onto the land, it enters through the wolf? Did I share that with you?
No, that's new to me.
And when the wolf wants to speak and have counsel with the ocean and the beings in the ocean, enters the whale. Now, have you been seeing whales? I mean, have you been seeing beings?
So Okay, so immediately I think about when I was young, whales were my favorite animal. They were like my favorite mammal for a time period. And at the same time that I was learning all about the continent of Australia and being very fixated on it, like very fixated.
Okay.
And then just, I guess recently, I think more because of my location geographically, I have been seeing whale like videos on social media or on, things like that I feel like, and they always capture my attention and fascination. And I always feel like they are such amazing, powerful beings. Yes, I've always been fascinated with them.
Of course. I always say that if you are seeing the whales and the dolphins in your dream times, and you go into the nature, somehow they hear you or feel you somehow to show up, then you are, for me, you are connecting and re-entering into Lemuria. Your frequency is obviously raised. Your vibration is obviously gotten higher, and you're listening to the frequencies, the vibrations. You're tuning in to the higher frequencies. You're becoming that now. As I share with you that the wolf goes to the whale and the whale comes to the wolf, there's an integration, and that integration is revealing your higher frequency, that you may be here in Draconia, but you are not of it. You're even gone beyond the 4D, let's say the fourth density, even going beyond that. As the whales and the dolphins in these beings, they are of much higher frequencies they are throughout all the dimensions, let me just say, right? They are throughout all dimensions. They are felt through all dimensions. Doesn't matter. You can connect to them and they will help bring you there. The Stargate that's connected to the whale and to the wolf in this same story, the Stargate number 18, which is in Norway, in Bergen, Norway. Okay, if you ever want to go to that Stargate, it's so beautiful. It think that the mountainside and the actual portal Stargate area itself is like a beautiful garden of Lemuria. I'm going to go beyond Eden here and go into the Garden of Lemuria. Okay, now there are Hunas that live on that property who own that property. Okay, so Stargate 18 is on that property that is owned and has been in this family's lineage for a number of generations now. It's not going anywhere. And that Stargate was activated, we activated and confirmed it right on their property to connect to the Huna there, and perhaps it's something for you to visit. And what we spoke of your lineage right through Germany, right?
Yes.
Through the wolf. Well, of course, then this is connected to you. I would invite you to call the Huna, and we can connect you to Huna Kakoma and Huna Karemama, and we can connect them to you, and they would really appreciate a visit from the Hunas. Of course, we want a reunion, so. It's overlooking the fjord. Just amazing. It's amazing. That Stargate runs from the mountain right down into the fjord, right on their property. You will love it.
I can feel it.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's just personally with yourself connected to the wolf. I would say you're now, because the frequencies have gotten much higher with your connection, I would say you are of the gray wolf. If you are a red wolf, then you are the red wolf is interdimensional being wolf, but is also a young being. The gray wolf is an ascended elder, is the elder ascended elder frequency of the gray wolf. It's like maturing. That's the mature one. And the one carrying the information. This is the gray wolf. So there is also the Wolf Lodge. If you are interested in more on the Native American side, to tune in, to connect and go to the Medicine Lodge of the Wolf Clan in the Mohawk people, the Iroquois, also with the with the Ojibwe, with so many of the native cultures across the land. Go and sit in a wolf, in the wolf medicine lodge, visit somebody who is an oracle of the wolf clan, visit those who are of the wolf clan. This is your deal. And maybe you can bring the whale there. Maybe they forgot, maybe they know, but maybe they need reminding of the whale and the wolf. Connect Norway, connect Europe back into Turtle Island, connect the what is it, the He'a Motu, and connect it back to the Hunu Motu. So the rabbit meets the turtle. The rabbit meets the turtle. And also Germany as well as the butterfly, the kahuku. So the butterfly goes to meet the turtle. When you show up in these places, you are bringing an entire continental energy, of course, universal energy. But let me just talk to you, personally. You're bringing that energy. Now that's so deep,
Yeah.
And then within your motu, within your birth sign, it's carrying right within your birth signs and Lemuria.
My birth sign is the dove. Yes.
That's incredible too, because that's right opposite the whale and the dolphin, which is with the turtle. The turtle's in March, the dove is in September. They're right opposite each other. Those are the two. That's the equatorial balance. Yeah. Right? The turtle and the dove. What's the song? Turtle Doves? Is it Turtle Doves? Why do they sing the turtle doves? Somebody remembered Lemuria, turtle doves. Turtle's on one side, one end, and then the dove is on the other end. But you have access to the whales through that way as well. So this is wonderful. What was your Huna, by the way? Can you remind me?
Hisarema.
Hisarema. Oh, yeah. Hisarema. Well, thank you for the question, Huna Hisarema.
Thank you for the answer.
Look forward to the jump, completing the spiral of 2023. We're going to move into 2024 this coming June of Lemuria. Let me just thank you, and we'll just hang out. If you want to ask another question, pop back on again. You've been so brave showing your face. Let me remind everybody here that if you have a question, to get an answer, you have to come and visit us, just in the same way as Huna Huna has come to show her face. We want to see you. Thanks, Huna.
Thank you.
Yeah, we want to see you. And let me just welcome those a few that have just popped in now. Astaria, thank you so much. You feel that you're a wolf. Fantastic. Cosmic Wave, hello. Wawa to you. You've had a big appetite also. That's confirmed, so thank you. And I know it's not all my fault. Anastasia, that is super cool about the whales and the wolves. Yes, wonderful to receive those informations. Greetings to you, Richard there, Connecting Continents. Yes, Bolivanaka. Yes, the whale teeth are known as tabua. Tapu, in other words, tapua. We also say tapusa, ceremonial gift for sure. Carries the mana. Of course, all the bones of the whale, including the teeth. That we like the teeth, Hi there, Huna. Good to see you again from there over in Javier in Spain. Who else? We have Rebecca. Welcome back, Rebecca. You're going to go to the pool and you'll be listening. Sounds good. Turn the speakers up. So if you have a question, come on and visit with Huna Tamak here. He's got the link in there. Come in and visit and say and ask a question. Yes, thank you, Huna Ma'ure. Tamak here, you want to pop in for a moment? Let's chat about the transits, yeah?
Yeah, and I just confirmed something, but go ahead.
Okay, let me just set it up, all right? Get some context for those of you who don't know, this is Huna Tamak herself. She has been working diligently on the transits of the zodiacs in the astrology from the draconian side, and we're revealing the Lemurian on the other on the higher side. Let me say the higher side of it. Okay, it's so incredible. She'll give you a couple of examples and share with you. But if for those who are there, you can check on my YouTube channel for some of the motus, the birth signs, just to get a kind of idea of what we're talking about, because we may just still seem kind of vague to you on this. There's so much to learn here, people. And there's nothing wrong with learning. There's no sense in letting things blow over you. If you have an interest, be my guest. If you have an interest and it's pulling on you strong enough, knowledge and information brings wisdom, which brings sacredness, an understanding of it, so that the mature level rises and it becomes sacred. So whatever it is you're sharing, you're going to make sure that it is the best of your abilities, the truth, and sacred and helpful to others. Okay, and it is about guiding others and guiding each other. Of course, everybody said that it's not about being a guru. It's about sharing what the best you can. Don't worry so much about if someone thinks they're a guru. So what? Let them think they're a guru. Allow them to have it. If you're feeling like you're between the worlds on sharing information, and you feel like you're crossing the line, whether you got people going to call you a guru or this or that, don't worry about it. You're quite welcome to be a guru. In fact, you can have it. You should have it. It belongs to you, and it belongs to every one of us. Okay. I remember when the elders and the ancestors were asking me to share. I'm like, I don't have anything to share. I don't even want to share. And then they kept prompting me and tapping on me, say, you have to share. So, okay, fine, I'll figure it out. And it's just about becoming someone who can share. We follow each other. About becoming your own guru, not necessarily. It's about following each other. The whale and the dolphin. That is the way of the Huna. We follow each other. Do you know if it's the dolphin leading or is it the whale leading? How can you tell? Right? Because their telecommunications is telepathic. So you don't go by the actions. You've got to go deeper into the communication. It's not all what you're seeing. You can't judge it by the cover, and even by the slang words and by the innuendos. Don't go by the innuendos. So, of course, it is unity. So if we're sharing information to you, we may talk a lot. And yeah, I talk a lot. So what? I like to talk a lot. You don't want to hear, you don't want to hear, just put some headphones on. You don't have to hear me. All right. But I'm quite happy to share, and I'm quite happy to listen, by the way. And I also deep listen. Anyway, having said that, I'd invite Huna Tamaki to share with us.
Oh my goodness. Let me see.
Okay, you're on the spot now.
Yes, I am on the spot. So while he was in the UK, I stayed here in Playa and had a deluge of information come in.
You mean while I was in Cornwall?
Yeah.
You were coming through. Yeah, you were coming through loud and clear.
It was the Wahoo. Others would call it the moon. We call it the Wahoo in the Lemurian. That was the guiding point to bring me into a better way to translate, or a different way of translating, a more concise way of translating the Draconian back into the Lemurian. And it's stuff like this, and this is on my Instagram, on my social media, that I'm posting this stuff now. And part of what got me into making these pieces is everybody's talking, oh, Pluto's in Aquarius, it just moved into Aquarius. Okay, well, how do we say that in the Lemurian? If we have a way to translate the degrees when everything shifts, Pluto transited into Heamotu, into the hair, in October 13th of 2016. So sometimes we say Lemuria is ahead of schedule, and there you are right there. We had it back in 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, just for everybody's FYI, Huna Tamaki, she used to work for Michael Dell. Okay, so she worked for Dell Computers. This wonderful Huna here is so intelligent and complex. So been working through the complexities and the navigations of the transits in connection to the Motus, the birth signs of Lemuria. And actually, in what's, I don't know if you can see, if you're tuning into this, you know, just download this with your eyes and your feelings with this, what she's revealing here. Pluto in the hair, okay? Pluto or hair into the hair in the Lemurian, but the Hasa in the, is it German Hasa? I forget. And anyway, Pluto is an ice planet. So it's a stone. It's water, ice. It's a crystal. It's a creator of crystal. It is the stone, ice planet, right? So what does that mean? As Pluto's transiting to the here, or is in the here? Tamaki, that's a question.
It transited into Hea on the 13th, and then that time frame, it's in the sign, and on the 13th, it's transiting out of Hea into Tirani.
Okay, into the hummingbird. Now, when she's saying this, what does it translate to? There's some things that are, you know, that we are still working on to bridge you from the Draconian to the Lemurian. Pluto being a stone planet of ice, so it's moving crystal light into the He'a. It's charging, it's sending the charging light into the He'a, into the birth sign. It's bringing more crystal light into the birth sign. And when we talk about the crystal light, we say the first stone, which is Ta, first stone. So if we get rid of the Greek and the Roman draconian language of the Khazarians and all of these lineages that place the codes within these names, because these are distorted languages, Pluto, Neptune, all of them, Saturn, Uranus, they're all distorted light program. When we bring them, as they're transiting, they're returning, as they're entering into the here, for Pluto's ending into the here, it is bringing its highest light, or it's connecting in and receiving the energy from the birth sign, not the other way around, from the birth sign. So the birth sign is also supporting the energies for the planets. Thereby, if the planets are transiting to the birth signs, they are going there for the reasons I understand this, and I'm looking at it this way because I want to look at it this way. Okay, fine. I'm going to look at it this way because I know it's Ta. Yeah, Ta, first stone. Pluto is first stone, ice, crystal. That it is coming over to be recharged in the higher frequency of Lemuria, as opposed to where it's been sitting in the Draconian. So it's rising up, and the Lemurian is pulling it up. Let me just say, and I feel like, and I have felt like this for a long time. It's wonderful to be able to speak to it this way. Thanks to Huna Tamaki. Now, to get a little bit more focused on this, sweet dear ones. Yes, it is changing the game, and yes, to get a little more focused on this, sweet dear ones, there's some understanding to learn about the Lemurian birth signs and the stargates and the constellations that are aligned to them, and that these planets are in the constellations aligned to the birth signs. Okay, and so that's one the basics of the Lemurian birth signs, at least to come to learn that. What is your month? And then we can share with what the birth sign for Lemuria is on that particular month you were born. The hare is January. The turtle, March. The hummingbird is in February. It's no longer Aquarius. It's the hummingbird. May is the albatross. We've got it all there for if you wish to learn some more of that. Richard is saying he's going to enroll in the Dragon Masters. Fantastic.
Awesome.
That is so intense. The Dragon Masters course is super intense over 50 days. It's 1 year of a course slammed into 50 days in which you're going to reel from it for a couple of years. That's the energy just keeps winding up. And of course, the frequencies are winding up, are going up on the planet, as you know. So the more expansion and of your consciousness and the more of connecting into these simple, the thing is so simple, Tamaki, and I thank you for that. It is so revealing a way to simplify how we can connect. It is so simple. The draconian is all about confusion. The zodiacs are all about confusion, and the theft of the Greek language and the Roman language and the Latin language. And the Khazarians will tell you why they brought the Latin language in, because they wanted to say to you, those who speak the language of the Latin are known as the golem. Do you know what the golem means to the Khazarians? This is a language of the golem, they call it. It means that the ones who that they will sacrifice. You guys know about the golem stuff. You're either going to be sacrificed, or you're going to be eaten, or you will eat each other. That's what and so through the Latin and so all of these confusions, layered in layers and layers of thick layers of goo. Right now, but on the Lemurian side, it's so simple. Stick and follow with the nature, the creation of life, that you won't go astray, of course. Gods, goddesses, remember what I said. You make those up, right? You make up God, you make up the goddesses. That just depends on you. If you want a God for you, then there's a God for you. That's up to you. You cannot put that on anybody else. That is your reality. And remember, we are no longer with the threat, so nobody can be threatened here. We don't have any horse running in that game, I'm afraid. So you're all alone on that one. If you deciding you're going to threaten me or the Hunas or our family around the world, you're all on your own on that one, I'm afraid. We're just not with it anymore, right? We're done. Right? This is the final completion. We're done. We're done with all that nonsense. All right. We're going to share nature. What else do you have for us here on the transits, Huna? Is there anything else?
Something that I was looking at today, actually.
Wow, time's flying already. Wow, it's 2:45 already. What the heck? Lady Rebecca, you always knew you were associated with the Turtle Clan. All right, now you're giving the numbers on the Draconian side. Let us give you the numbers on the Lemurian side, okay? And this is how we connect to the turtle and another vibration and a higher vibration.
It's 1023.
What's 1023?
That's her Lemurian birthday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. 1023. So there you go. You're 1023. You're 10. That's yes. The turtle or the Honumotu turtle is the Honumotu is in March. Okay. So yeah. Sorry, what were you saying?
I started working on the Venus stuff today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You made a post on the. Here you go.
So this is the 8-year cycle, and I overlaid the Draconian. So we're seeing the Lemurian translation because they talk about, oh, it makes this flower pattern. Okay, well, what does it look like in the Lemurian? That's usually the question I end up asking. And this 8-year cycle started on January 9th of 2022. That's the Gregorian date. Now, Mahuta, where were you on the planet on January 9th? I went and looked through your posts.
I was at the Dark Tunnel mission.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you were in the Dark Tunnel mission. This was in.
I was in the second dimension, shutting down the portals to the nefarious ones.
And then right after that, didn't you do Stargate 18?
And yes, and then I went up to activate and set the frequency for Stargate number 18.
And
yes, that's right too. January, both those things.
That's where this current 8-year cycle of Venus started in Hea, which is Kahu.
Yes, the whale Stargate in Hea. Wow. Look at that. Now when you look, can you zoom out?
Yes.
See this pattern. Okay, look at this grid. This is the spiraling. This is a spiraling grid, right? It's spiraling ley lines, but it also has the diamond patterns in it. You can see it. So on the Lemurian, if you're doing an 8-year cycle, this is called a continuum. Now, somebody earlier speaking the continuum, you speak it this way. So just listen up. Listen deeply, sweet dear ones, and repeat after me. Ma, first light.
First light.
Ha, first breath.
First breath.
Ka, first birth.
First birth.
Wa, first love.
First love.
Ta,
first
stone.
First stone.
He, first fire.
First fire.
Ma, ha, ka, wa, ta, he, ta, wa, ka, ha, ma, sa. So that as the first principles from the first everything. And we speak into that and through the continuum. So mahakawatahi, go there. Tawakahama, come back. There, back again. Okay, but those codes, mahakawatahi, are speaking directly into what is the first principles for the creation of life. Both in the form and in the formless, but both also in the mind and in the consciousness. So the strength of your mental health is in there. When you are speaking this, you as a practice, it brings your mind, your your working mind, and begins to help it become a strong working mind. Clearing your mental health. Okay, so these codes, when you speak them, go ahead and watch the video. But as I'm speaking them, mahakawatahi tawakahama, this is spiraling. And as this diagram is showing the geometry here, what Huna has shared with us in this continuum, look at this beautiful, incredible pattern. It's exactly the continuum. When I look at it, I see 2 8s in the center, right? That's the double 8 or the double continuum or the 88. And then there's a third 8 in there as well. I can see, right? 3 8s is the Trinity, right? I can see the Trinity, which is a 24th dimensional activation. 3 8s at 24. Yes. It is like the lotus. But I can say to you, we go a little deeper into this and we'll speak the language of Lemuria. From whence lotus comes, because the Indian language is Lemurian, comes from Lemuria, the Kumara, all right, the Ramana, or the Bhagavad Gita, the Mahabharata, all comes in from the Lemuria. Before they laid the blanket on the mountain was there. When the mountain was there, it came from Lemuria. Okay, so you have to go there. Sanat Kumara, exactly. The Kumara. Okay. That's Lemuria. That is where we are in the age of Lemuria 5. And this is what Sanat Kumara, This is what we're talking about. The age of Lemuria 5 is beyond Aquarius. Aquarius returned to the throat chakra of the hummingbird. It is the vase of air and water, because air is water, oxygen is water. Your breath, your speaking is water. What are you saying? Okay, you speak the sacredness. You speak the first principles in the name of all mothers and all fathers and all children and all of the light. We remember you because of that, the sacredness, you see? Tapua, as the Bula Vinaka was saying, as Miss Fiji was saying, Tapua, which is the sacredness. If you don't know, you might remember just from hearing these sounds. Lady Rebecca wants to know what's going on with Tiamat and something about the Hush Puppy YouTube. Again, Lady Rebecca, if you want an answer to your question, you have to come on to the screen, I'm afraid, okay? Do we have anybody there now with a question? Or do you have something else you can share as well?
While we're looking at this, the topic of conjunction, let me switch back over.
No, Huna, Kumara and Kumari, that is not a thing. Sorry. Kumari is not a queen, and Kumara is not a king. Kumara means this crystal light of days. It is only one light. It is already balanced light. It's known as the logos of the universe, the Kumara. Ku, essence of heaven. Ma, first principle of the first light. Ra, eternal. And in the eternal, there are no kings and queens. And the eternal light is only light, known as the light of days, Kumara. So there is no Kumari. They say this, but that is not so, okay? Kumara. And when we say the Kumara, like this in the light of days, it's referring to the light of the child. So it could be the queen, it could be a king, but it is from the light of the child that either will come, and not just human. It could be a tree, it could be a twig, it could be a cat, it can be a dog. It doesn't matter. All life, all beings. Okay, that's how that is. Yes, absolutely, it does. And the Hindi is Lemurian language, only gripped on by their flag. Okay, so we got to remember these things sometimes. And the Kumara is a sweet potato. Follow the path of the Kumara. If it has to be a sweet potato, follow it. You'll find your way to the royal purple skin, to the golden heart of the mother at the center. That's the other way of understanding the Kumara, that this is the royal family. And the Kumara, of course, as you know, Astaria, I enjoy the Kumara as I can get a hold of it. If not, I will have a yam. You know what I'm saying? Sweet potato. Okay, so to Rebecca, if you have the question, please, if you want an answer, come and join us. Show yourself. Let me just, I think, Tala, welcome a few others. Tala Kimere. Welcome. There's just a few other names. Just want to say hi. Yvonne, come and ask the question and show your face if you want to ask a question, Yvonne, but welcome. Shauna, welcome. Of course, again, Richard, thank you for coming back and visiting with us, Richard. Nanook, hello. Yes. You just got a signal there in Pembrokeshire of King Arthur energies there. Yes, the Tintagel has been abroad, abound. Let me say, Judy from Carolina, nice to meet you. Okay, Tamaki, sorry, if there is another piece.
Oh, the conjunction. So the beginning of this cycle, Wahi, and for those who don't know, Wahi is what we call the sun. It's the door of fire. It was aligned exactly with Venus. That's part of why the cycle starts here for the 8 years. So at the Dark Tunnel mission, Wahi was sitting at 4 degree He'amotu, and so was Venus.
Wow, 4 degrees. Oh wow! And so was the Venus of the well, both sides to Ahi and to Po, because they're twin gates.
Mm-hmm.
And absolutely, when I'm in the dark missions or we're going into the dark tunnel of the second dimension, hell or the underworld, if you like, these the moment, what was so incredible about being in person and showing up in person, okay, was that in front of the building where we were going, on the ground was a big circle, and at the center of it was the number 88. Huge number 88. So the team, there was 21 Hunas in the team. We circled up around the Council of the Continuum. Okay. This is the Council of the Continuum, the work of the Council of the Continuum. And so the 88 was right there. Of course, and of the stargates, Tuahi and Tupo, which is Venus of the night, Venus of the day, both were aligned together. So twin stargates, twin gates aligned together as one. Accessing the door of fire was also aligned in the He'amotu. So the He'amotu, bringing all of that into focus. And that's like this grid here. It's like a lens. You spin it to get the thing into focus so you can see clearly. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. So we focus that lens. We got to turn it, right? Spin it to get it to where okay, so we get clarity. And what happened that day? What happened after that? Oh, wow, everything broke loose. Just so much began to let go from the January, not last January, the January before, 2020, 21. Was it 21?
You weren't in Egypt at that time. It was the year before.
Oh, yes, sorry, 22. And then yeah, and then this January, where were we in this January? Just gone.
We were in Turkey, then in France.
we're at Satan, the seat of Satan. This past, and talk about another dark place, but we were walking high inside of that place. We were walking on a cloud inside of the underworld. It was incredible, you guys. So we were back at it again, and then we went into the undoing. That's right. So January, and we're still being serviced by this energy here. We're still being serviced by the continuum. Let us just say, okay, these are the workings of the Council of the Continuum. Okay. Inside of this is prophecy. Inside of this is the future. Inside of this is all the things. This is not the Galactic Council stuff. This is not the Federation of Light. This is the Council of the Continuum, which is outside of light. These the propagation of things to be aligned and to come into focus, and the prophecies to come into focus, the work that comes into focus. This is so far beyond the matter of whether it's a political thing or whatever it is. Of course, it is the mechanics of love, the mechanisms of love. Bright, 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 sunshiny day. I can barely get through that, man. Here's my drink. Yeah. So, what is the next revelation there, Tamara, on the work you're doing here?
Oh, yeah. Presenting the Lemurian birth chart.
Yes. Okay. So
a big next thing that's coming.
Yes. The birth chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, yourself and Huna Kahasahi, who is doing the readings of the energies through the cards of the Motu, right? So the work that you are doing with the birth signs chart and the transits are all going to support furthermore the Motu card. So sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds, we have a whole true Lemurian birth sign set of cards that are being presented in the readings by Huna Kahasahi. And then also what's being connected to that is the birth signs that Huna Tamayake is bringing through. Okay, you're going to find these if you have an interest. Check out Huna Kahasahi. I'm sure one of the Hunas will help you, or you can connect to her on Instagram as well. Okay, I share this with her Huna Instagram. Fiona Fink. Is that her Instagram? I forget. Let me look. And she is also giving the readings. They're not just Lemurian cards with pretty looking magenta colors and all of that, and your typical tarot card readings and oracle readings from, the Four of Cups and the Ten of Kings and all of these kinds of things. They have not even in it. Those are not even in it, not anywhere near it. The cards are from the motu, from the birth signs. Amazing. Okay, there she is, Fiona Sarai Fink, and Instagram, Huna Kahasahi. No, not Gregorian. They are Lemurian readings directly from the birth signs of Lemuria, which is on a different spin, Tala Kemere. It's on the counterclockwise spiral, and the mathematics and the numerology are totally different than the Gregorian. Okay, so it's it's so cool. Let me tell you, check her out. Check out more of Huna's work on her what she's doing. Sorry, Tala, I can't remember if you're a Fatura. Do you have a Huna? Did you get sealed? Are you a Huna? Okay, Tamake, so what is your Instagram? Pop that on there too, yeah. So as we're switching over, okay, Tala Kemere, I invite you to become a Huna. Oh yes, you came on the show. I invite you to come to the Huna. Can we put on the Huna's address for the seal?
It's in the description.
Oh, okay. So it's in the seal's in the description. Sign up if you feel you're ready for it. Because this is something really sweet, dearly beloved, sweet, dear ones. All of this is a big jump from the Gregorian. You're going to have to drop a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, let me just say nonsense. Okay. Oh, Tella, I live in Mexico, not New Mexico. That New Mexico is coming up on the radar in September. Okay, but the seal can be done on StreamYard online. So once you register, my office will connect with you and give you a date and a time. Yeah. So let's switch from this, and getting out to the end of the show. Let me just share with a little bit more on this completion, on the other side of it, another side of it, on the political. Maybe we could chat about this too. The geopolitical, the landscape. What is the landscape looking like? It's looking really incredible, sweet dear ones. There's some ratifications happening on the geopolitical side with Zelensky. He's going to be on the run here in a minute, any day now. Right? He's trying to do some stuff now because he's run out of equipment support. The NATO is even talking even though the NATO said they want to make them part of the NATO, but he also, the guy in charge of NATO also made another stipulation that Zelensky has to do before they will bring him in. So again, they're running away from him, and not so many words. And there's been so much false information, lies about the progress that Russia has been making in the Ukraine. They have made such huge progress, and they're not anywhere near looking exhausted about any of their equipment, and their men and their armies are so huge. They could go on for years fighting, but they're about to close this out. Okay, so you have to understand this. What does it do to this completion and finalizing of things, putting the last ditch effort in? What is coming from the Middle East, as I spoke of earlier, is the dollarization. They disconnecting from the US dollar. The petrodollar is now moving to the UN, to China. And remember, China is not the CCP. The China we're talking about are the Chinese people of the Chinese People's Republic. That's who Xi Jinping works for. He does not work for the CCP, although it has this connotation. But he actually works for the people of China. And he's working with, of course, everybody wants their piece of the pie. And everybody wants their country to succeed. And everybody should be allowed to. The US cannot dictate who's going to benefit and who's not. So that day is over. So that is completing. The United States, not the people of America, this fake government that you have running around in there with a White House on a movie set.
And a guy wearing a latex mask.
and they put some latex sticking up out of his skin and his ear.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have seen this. It was we're gonna call him Brandon. Anybody that's outside of America might not know what I'm talking about. So if you, after we're done this, you go on YouTube and you look up "Let's Go Brandon NASCAR." There's a phrase called "Let's Go Brandon." And there's a reason why we say "Let's go Brandon." But I'm going to call this person Brandon. He's a president of something. And he was in Ireland recently. And there is a clip. It's on Twitter where he's scratching the back of his neck. And no old person's skin ever does this. Like, it all is pulled off of his neck because it's a latex mask. So it's like right on the cusp of a lot of revelations coming of what's really going on. Like, who's under the mask? It's like Scooby-Doo.
And to boot, he's getting chased and booed out of Ireland as well. On top of that, they don't want to do nothing with him.
He said, "Let's lick the world."
So look at this. Yeah, just a second. And Miss, there is a link. Huna will give it to you to come and show yourself to ask a question. Okay, be happy to take that final question. But just a little bit more on this, though. It's hilarious what's going on. So in this final completion, Middle East is coming together. The dinar, okay, the Iraqi dinar. Do you know that the Kuwaiti dinar is the most valuable dollar in the world? One Kuwaiti dinar is worth almost $4 US. Did you know that? And it has been that way a long time. Okay, because they are backed by gold and oil. Now, Iraq is coming into this very shortly. Over the next week or two. Iraq is going to be exactly at the same place where they used to be 20 years ago. One Iraqi dollar dinar was valued at $3.40 US. That's $3 American to the one dinar. And that's what it was before those idiots go in there and mess the place up, right? 20 years ago. And so this is all coming around. This is why I'm talking. That's why I said this final completion, this final stamp, and then we're going to make the jump over into the Lemurian New Year. So we move into 2024 this June. We're 6 months ahead of the Draconian calendar. naturally. This is not made up. We are 6 months ahead because the way the calendar for Lemuria starts is in the first light zone on the planet. And the planet has 24 light zones. It's been sectioned into 24 light zones. It's been agreed upon by many nations for over 1,000 years now. They've been back and forward on it with the Gregorian thing, but the light zones are anchored. Okay, so Kiribati in New Zealand and a little island called Kiribati is where the first time zone is, or the first light zone. It is a wombat new year for sure. Okay, it is in June is the new year. And the light spirals around counterclockwise because the planet spins, so the light is traveling across the planet. And that's why we say to you that the Lemurian calendar starts in that light zone, first light zone on the planet. That's where we calculate it from. I know there's the solstices on both sides. There's one in September, there's one in March, okay? I understand that. But the 12th month of the cycle of Lemuria is the albatross. So next month is the 12th month. We're coming into the full cycle, right? We're coming, otherwise March would be the full cycle, but it's not, because you got 2 more light zones before you switch into the beginning of the number again, the beginning of the cycle, or the beginning of the seasons of love starts in the winter. The seasons of love start in the winter. You know you're hugging all the way through the winter. You know you're cuddling. You know you're making babies. Right? You know, well, maybe you don't know, but some are, right? Back in the day, there was no televisions. So winter is creating the babies, and then boom, here they come, around about March. If you start early, then they're going to come in September. But it's, let me just say, so that's how. Now somebody asked about the birth chart. You have to come on and then ask about your birth chart. Show your face. Would love to see you. Nezzy's there in Cape Town. Welcome to you from Cape Town. Yes, Yvonne, welcome. Big sunstorm now.
Yeah, that was earlier today. I mentioned to you yesterday there was a storm that was going to hit in the next 2 days.
Sunstorm is happening now.
You were out on the bike.
What is that? 8 kilopascals? Is it on the units of kilopascals? Yeah, your children were conceived in June. There you go, both March babies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right. Yeah, her, yes, Huna too. Dove September, yes. So if you were born in September, okay, yeah, you know you were being conceived in the He'a. Oh, sorry, the He'a, isn't it? Or the Okapi, sorry. Rebecca's sunbathing right now. All right, if there are no more questions, and so that's what I wanted to share with you.
Right as you said that.
Trying to run away so I can, eat. No, I'm good. Hello, Rebecca.
Hello, dear.
How are you?
I finally figured out how to tap in.
Nice. You did great.
Good to see you.
Sounds clear. Everything's 5x5. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. You have a question?
Yeah, my question was, I wondered if anybody had seen Hush Puppy's channel and how he's photographing this Tiamat, only it looks like a cloud instead of a planet that has been distorted. I just don't know too much about Tiamat, and I just wondered if you knew anything.
What I knew about Tiamat was that it's a civilization, not a planet.
Yes.
That it was, or it still is, in another dimension. Tiamat is like Tataria, like Malduk. Yeah, like they're in another dimension. So if you're seeing Tiamat, you might be seeing it through the clouds as a city or a civilization, not necessarily a planet. maybe it for some would look like a planet, but in my understanding, in my memory, Tiamat was a civilization, a city, a beautiful city, and that was also in Lemuria, I want to say third Lemuria. Second or third Lemurian civilization or moment of Lemuria, Tiamat was also there. So that's as much as I've haven't really tuned into Tiamat anymore, but that's as much as I can share with you on that.
Well, thank you. Yeah, the photographs on his YouTube channel are pretty phenomenal.
I'll have to look. I don't know, Hush Puppy. Sorry.
And then I wanted to say thank you. I just want to be guided more to the astrological side of the Lemurian zodiac.
Yes. That was always.
Can I do that on the website?
Yeah, you can. On the website, there is the Dragon Masters, and it shares a lot of modules. There's a lot of modules on the birth signs, tools, modalities, just a lot of information pertaining to Lemuria. You can go there.
Okay, thank you.
And then Tamara will be, when she's ready, she's probably going to share a workshop from her side, do workshops from her side as well.
That'll be exciting.
Yes.
Good.
As soon as she's ready. Yeah. You're going to get prepared for this.
Okay, thank you kindly.
The new year is in June. Everybody get ready for June. Okay? And it goes right crack from June 1. It's 28 days. It's not 21. It's 28. It starts on the 1 because it's 28 days. It's the seasons of love. They don't mess around. The seasons of love hits right on the number, right on the button. Okay? And that's how it is, The seasons of love don't mess around. They know what they're doing. There's nothing wishy-washy about it. 28 days for June, 28 days for every month. And then 13th month is 28 days in the 13th, which is Ma'ita. The name of the 13th month is Ma'ita, or the 12 around 1. Ma'ita. Okay, it's not a month. None of these are months, by the way. We got rid of the months. The month was draconian programming. You're not going to be doing that anymore. Right? Those are months of gods of war, emperors of war. Septimus, Augustus, Julius Caesar, Juno. They're all gods of war. Goddesses, all of it. That goddess of we don't. That's not the truth. That's their ego being placed upon you. We are not placing our ego. We are sharing the nature with you, the truth. All right, the love, seasons of love. And you do get a choice. So I look forward to you. I look forward to hearing from you. I look forward to seeing you in the Dragon Masters, Lady Rebecca. Rebecca, so we say Rebecca. Okay. Thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Thank you for being brave and showing your face.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy these days, but we're doing it. So there you go.
Yeah. I always call it the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's what's inside what's precious.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You take care now. Well,
thank you. You too.
Okay, now on our way out here, sweet dear ones, Nanook, you're talking about a meteor shower tonight over the Atlantic. Okay, your June 1st is your birthday. You're in the Kopanui, and yes, the young man Arthur, he's woken up. Okay, that essence is back, and yes, Fiji, there was civilization of Mu. There was actually 3 civilizations of Mu, 3 different editions. Let me say. Yeah. Okay. What else we got here? Someone is saying, can't wait to see the white dove. the white dove is going to bring for your birthday? Yes, Nezzy. The Namu Motu. Astaria, looking forward to doing the dragons. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you there, Astaria. This June 3rd and 4th, if you happen to complete the Dragon Masters before June, we have the Dragon Masters Intensive, which is the practical. And so we've got about 12 students, 12 graduates coming to do their practical graduation here in Mexico. Okay, so far there's about 12. There may be more. If you're able to do that, Astaria, you may be able to catch it for this June. Otherwise, next year. We have it every New Year. Every Lemurian New Year is the Dragon Masters Intensive. It's the practical and the graduation and the congratulations and a reunion. Okay, so I look forward to that. All right, Huna, I'm all good. Look at this, 15:17. I'm all good. Yep. Any last requests?
Let's get something to eat.
Let's get something to eat. Oh, fair enough. Okay. And yep, we'll do that in just a moment. What is this from Starseed Energy? Welcome. Huna will be going to New Mexico. Looking forward to a seal, especially for New Mexico. Anywhere will be fine, though. Yeah, I'm coming into, we're looking forward to coming into Burning Mask in September. Starseed will be at Roswell, New Mexico. That's where we're having Burning Mask. Okay, we tried having it there 2 years ago. Didn't quite work out, but it left the energy and kept the energy moving there. So we're going to see you there. Roger Lou, good to see you again, my brother. Aloha. Okay, you know, months were a derivative word of moon and coordinated with stages of moon, but I'll ask you another time. Just got here from work, so go eat. Thank you so much. Aloha. Yeah, there's derivatives. Everything is an aspect, Roger, except that in the Lemurian, we're operating from the light zones. And so when we operate from the light zones and the birth signs attached to the light zones, you go in reverse and you go back up into the constellations and you work from the constellations there, translating the language and removing the language of the draconian. You'll find that that there is a piece of the draconian that has come to the light. So when you talk about derivative, it's more like an aspect of the shadow has come to the light to receive the light. In a way, that's a derivative, I suppose. So you know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not explaining it right, but we'll have another go at it next time, okay? At better words. You'll be in Egypt in September. We'll make it back to New Mexico in September, all right? September 15th is when we're going to be in the Burning Mask. Okay, that's it for Huna Tamaki is hungry, so I've got to go and feed her, I guess, and myself too, I suppose. It's going to be an early dinner for a Unrata. Have a wonderful Unrata for the remainder of your day and your evening. Have a great dream this evening. Dream big and plan it that you're going to dream big. Don't just go in and hope you're going to dream big. Plan it. Dream your plans. That's what this is. Put them into action, okay? And that will be the final completion. What will be the final completion? Your dream. We're looking forward to that, sweet, sweet dear one. So much love to you all. I honor you with this in this gesture. I receive what you are gifting, and I return the gifting also. All right, sweet, sweet dear ones. We'll see you again. New guest next weekend. We'll share. We'll know who that's going to be soon. Wawa. See you for now.